Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believe in San Diego Baseball. I'm your host, the voice of Petco Park. My name is Alex Miniak, and alongside is my co-host. He is the three-time All-Star and the god of all things gingerbread. He is Heath, the Wreath Bell, and he is back. Heath, I know you've been busy in the kitchen. Oh, wow, look at this thing. Goody gumdrops.
There's one. My daughter and I, Jordan, made that one, and we also made this one. Kind of
Look
throwing
at
it out there.
this. Oh, this is legit. Oh, look at that. I want to dive into those here for our listeners and our viewers both here on Believe in San Diego Baseball. We've got some, I guess, a wrap-up or a recap on winter meetings, and we got some ongoing rumors here.
Rumors are always fun.
I know, they mean nothing, but they're fun to read and go through. We'll have a few of those as well. And we've got another one of our junk wax gems, probably the ugliest card we have ever pulled here on Believe in San Diego Baseball. Out of our 6 cards we've pulled on this segment, this one by far will be the ugliest, but we shall see what it nets us. And we'll see, because I totaled it. Yeah, money. We'll see what it nets us and what it contributes to our total here, because I totaled all our cards up so far so we could see what our piggy bank looks like here going into Christmas. But want to get back to those gingerbread houses. You've been building those and prepping those over the last couple of weeks. First off, you told me about them a few weeks ago. I didn't believe you. I was like, I know you're a talented dude, Heath, but if you tell me that you're into baking as well, it's over the top. Here we are. You have constructed 2 of the many houses. You got 18 more to go, something like that?
I think it's 16 more before the New Year's, because we're having a New Year's party that also / gingerbread house competition.
Okay, so you've got quite a few more to build. You got a gingerbread city, gingerbread town,
pretty much
neighborhood.
The only thing I don't have to do is decorate those. So I have to decorate. My daughter and I decorated these 2 for her friends.
Okay.
And then I have to decorate probably 1 or 2 more just for Christmas for my family, and then usually my mom or my brother or something like that. So just do a few more that I'll really decorate with multiple candies and stuff. This is my daughter. She picked the candies out, but in a week or 2 we'll have another gingerbread house, and you'll kind of see, and then you'll see the village. So, and then I'll take some pictures at New Year's, and then I'll give them to you, and we'll put them on the website.
Nice.
To see the competition and who actually won. So maybe we'll have the voters vote, and then I'll tell you who actually won.
What's funny is I talked to somebody who's an executive producer today, so maybe we can get you that show.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
I could just be like a helper or something, be on there as a guest.
Yeah, the Heath Bell Ho 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 Holiday Gingerbread Special. That would be something.
Get Hojo to come with me.
Get Hojo to come with you. That would be amazing. All right, so let's talk about, bring up house number 1, the one that you and Jordan did, your daughter. This is our first one here. This one's got a ton of what are those? Those are gumdrops, right? Candy canes,
Reese's peanut butter cups, Rolos, and candy canes.
Now, I was gonna say, I think Rolo is kind of an underrated candy. You get the caramel in there, the chocolate. That's good stuff.
Yeah, my youngest son, I was trying to name him Rolo, but they wouldn't go for it.
No, if I was named after a candy bar, I'd be good with that, especially a good one. Maybe they would call me Mr. Good Bar, because that is an underrated candy bar in my book also.
Well, I was named after a candy bar. My oldest was named after a candy bar, and I was trying to. So my son's nickname, I call him Rolo, and he hates it. But
so Heath Bar, what was the other candy bar?
Reese's peanut butter cup.
Should have known.
Or Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, should have known. Heath and Reese and son Rolo. That would have been a family. So Jordan went for the candy cane. She went for the gumdrops. She throws in the Rolos, kind of goes next level on it. What do you think takes longer? Is it baking those prefab panels, the walls and the roof and the sides, or is it the decorating that takes the most time?
It takes the most is probably building and making it structurally strong where you can hit it. And I forgot the best part. There's Oreo cookies inside.
I was just about to ask, is there anything inside?
Yeah, there's Oreo cookies inside. She's kind of helped me with these too, and they're not as fancy as the other ones, but Jordan loves to give them to her friends, and it's something special that I can do with her, and every year gets a little bit better.
If you gave me one of those and then you told me there was Oreos inside, yeah, I wouldn't let go.
The funny part is everybody eats the candy, and then I said, dude, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, take the roof off and you'll be surprised.
Does it come off clean, or do you need to break it with like a hammer?
I mean, usually it comes off pretty decently.
All right.
I would say you could take a roof off and maybe the other roof will come with it, but it doesn't really fall down because I build the 4 walls, make sure that's nice and settled for about 2 hours, and then I put the roof on. I can do it really quick, but I like to take the time.
Is there like a code inspection? Do you need permitting for any of that construction?
I'm going to say when I do the village, yes, but with Jordan, no. I mean, Jordan, we have some missing mortar.
Okay.
Everything's not lined up perfectly. But it will work and it won't fall apart, and that's the most important thing.
Let's take a look at that other house. You had one of them up. This is the second one.
Yeah, she did a little bit more like Christmas tree with the Rolos.
Okay, stacked this time.
Stacked them more here.
You have Andy's candies for windows? Is that
Oh
what I
yeah,
see?
there's some Andy's candies, and then she tried to make a Christmas tree with Andy's candies there.
You go to a really good restaurant when you leave after your meal is done and the dish doesn't have peppermints in it. It has Andy's candies.
That's like the best.
That's the best. That is the mark of a good restaurant.
Anybody at Christmas time, if you have a restaurant, get some Andy's candies and give them one with the check. Trust me, you'll probably get more as a tip.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll be back on top of that.
Oh yeah.
To get more Andy's candies. So you got those 2 done. Any sneak peeks or any hints you can give us as far as the ones you're about to build that go as far as the village? Any specific features? You had mentioned fireplace and incense on the last episode.
So I'm going to try to find the videotape of a couple years ago when we did it, and I'll try to send it to you. And we'll try to have it on next show of kind of what they look like. One had like the birth of Jesus right outside. So
little gingerbread nativity scene.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy how everybody kind of got together and had their own themes and stuff. I'll find those pictures for you.
It's not only there to be devoured, it's there to tell a story.
Well, the best and worst part, if I ever have the party at my house, and once again I'm having it here, is a lot of people don't want to take it home. They're like, no, you keep it. I'm like, I'm not eating all this. There's so many homes. I think they don't want their kids to have sugar, so they don't want to bring it.
Everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one thing we don't abide by as far as moderation are rumors. And winter meetings just wrapped up. Last week in Florida, we had our friend Sam Levitt from the Padres Radio Network and 97.3 The Fan on last week, giving us a sort of a bird's eye view direct from Orlando as to what was going down on the streets there. And we got some good insight from Sam, like we always do. And of course, as winter meetings go on, couple more things tend to leak out, and some of which are Padres related. There have been some reports here in the last couple of days that the Padres have expressed interest in a couple of outfielders, namely center fielders, Chicago White Sox's Luis Robert Jr. and Colorado's Brenton Doyle as well. When you look at the Padres outfield, Tatis is apparently not on the block. Merrill has a team-friendly extension. Everything should be good there. Ramon Laureano, though, who plays obviously in left field, the Padres picked up his option, but it's only for this year. So perhaps some movement could be going on there. And then we read another report that the Padres and Mets are discussing the possibility of a trade. Laureano to New York. Okay, so you start to see where the puzzle pieces are falling into place. Laureano with possibly Mason Miller or Adrian Morejon or Jeremiah Estrada, any combination of those players of interest as well. And at least what the report says is that they're looking for good, young, major league ready talent in return. The three players named are in the Mets system, all projected for a 2026 debut are pitcher Nolan McLean, pitcher Brandon Sproat, and pitcher Jonah Tong. So
Here's the thing. AJ Preller's done an amazing job of dumping our farm system and then getting guys that help us out and then also replenishing the farm system. I honestly don't think Tatis is going to be traded, but I could see them trying to trade one or two of our guys or something to get some prospects or even maybe a pitcher or two that's young like Miller. Hey, his stock is really high right now. And if you can get maybe three young arms, that's a good trade. Now, it doesn't seem like a good trade right now because he's so dominant, but I hear on my side that there's going to be a big trade. It might be a 3-team trade, but it's going to be one of those trades that's going to take a couple of weeks to figure out all the pieces. And then they'll see if all 3 teams want to pull the trigger. So that's kind of what I'm hearing right now.
the buzzword of winter meetings, and it's probably the buzzword of every winter meetings, was blockbuster, and our
Yeah.
our name attached to it. Bottom line, you have to give something to get something, unless you just straight up buy it. And we are not the Dodgers and we are not the Mets, who seem to have unlimited funds to just go buy what they want. So you
I
have to
think
give up.
a couple years ago we went and did that, and now we're kind of, we're coming back to reality. We got to make some professional moves, some smart moves, not just spend all the money in the world.
Yeah, I mean, wise moves, not wish lists,
Yeah.
and it's nice to play fantasy baseball every now and then. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also not sustainable. Also, only a couple teams can really, really make that a year in, year out thing. Yankees, you could add to that list too.
But look at the Yankees when they did it. They had some years where they struggled because they had these big contracts. If you sign somebody for 10 years, first 5 years is great. And then after that, you kind of struggle a little bit.
The Yankees teams of the 90s were built on farm systems, and
Well,
the Yankees teams of the 2000s were built on free agents.
yep. So you got to have some farm system there too. So I think if we can get some young guys, that's where I think we can develop. And we got Jackson Merrill and we have some other young guys that could come up and help the team. So it's a combination of going out and get your big stars and also bringing up your young guys, have them as role players, and have some young guys become real stars like Jackson Merrill.
Bottom line, at the end of the day, the goal remains the same, and that is to win a World Series and bring that trophy back here to San Diego. How we get there might be a little bit of a different roadmap than what we've seen over the last couple of years, but AJ has changed his approach many times. He has gone from full free agent class when he got here in 2014, 2015 to building a farm system over the last part of the 2010s going into 2020 to back to the free agent route and big contracts. And now we're swinging back to build that farm system again, like you said. Tear it down, build it up, tear it down, build it up. And if you could develop a farm system, I think of the great teams, it's a little bit of superstar talent and a little bit of homegrown talent, and a couple of wily veterans, and those are the teams that win titles. So if it's a mix of a little bit of everything, that I don't mind.
Yeah, I think the Padres are in a good spot to do all that. So it's just we just have to wait and see. And this day and age, everybody wants it now, now, now. So the best things happen, and you just got to wait. When you bake cookies, when you bake gingerbread, you got to throw it in the oven. You got to wait. You got to wait.
It all comes back to the gingerbread.
Or you can just go buy it at the store, but it's better if you just wait and bake it yourself.
Yeah, you got to let it rest. Like a good steak or turkey all good things come to those who wait. It's true.
Yes. Yes.
It's true. Well, coming up next on Believe in San Diego Baseball, we have our junk wax gem of the week. We'll see what it nets. And boy, It ain't purty, but we'll see. But we'll see what we'll put in the bank. If you have not followed us yet on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeart, please do so. We are Believe in San Diego Baseball, BLEAV in San Diego Baseball, and of course, go to our website too. That is BelieveInSD.com, BLEAVINSD.com. Because where else are you going to see pictures of these gingerbread houses? In fact, video of these gingerbread masterpieces from Heath the Heath Bell. So get on over to the website. And while you're doing that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Believe in San Diego Baseball. Welcome back to Believe in San Diego Baseball, the podcast. Myself, Alex Miniak, alongside the three-time All-Star and gingerbread pastry chef himself. He is Heath Bell. Heath, it's time once again for our Junk Wax Gems segments. We've been doing them pretty much every week here in the off-season so far. Fun way to dive into our card collections, go through our worthless stacks of junk wax, and find something that, the ones behind you there, I'm sure, are worth a lot more than these. But but we've got some good stories to go along with the junk wax here. It's whatever we don't make in monetary funds, we make up for in good times and good stories as well. So in my little Western Metal banana pudding container here today, we've got this is a 1991 Bowman Jim Presley. This by far is the ugliest card we've pulled so far. This thing looks
good looking bat on his shoulders though.
It's a good looking bat. I love the blue and orange pinstripes here Jim's got. But man, this thing looks 20 or 30 years older than it actually is. This is a 1991 card. His picture looks like it was cut out and pasted on top of this backdrop here. This doesn't even look like a real photo.
That was before Photoshop.
That was way before Photoshop. That's a razor blade right there, or an X-Acto knife on that one.
They were just ugly cards.
These were ugly cards. And then on the back here, it's got all kinds of stats that don't make sense. It's like an Excel spreadsheet of like team stats and stuff. And I'm like, I just want to know what he
tried to do something futuristic and it just didn't work.
Yeah, no, it's bland and it's green and gray and yeah, it's not very good. But a little bit about Jim Presley here. He played third base for the Padres all of 20 games in 1991. He was a fourth-round pick of the Mariners in 1979. He was an All-Star for the M's in 1986, although he did not get to play in the All-Star game because he was blocked at third base by one Wade Boggs. So, pretty good year in 1986.
That was the All-Star game that, the best players played, and now everybody plays, and it's about getting everybody in there. And I feel like it should be the best, try to go against the best and go at it. So
yeah. Well, he got to go, but he didn't get to set foot on the field, at least not during the real game. But he also had a good year in 1986. He had 2 walk-off grand slams. He is only the second player to do it up until that point, and the first to do it since 1926. And until Kyle Seager came along, another good name there, he held the Mariners' all-time home run record for third baseman. He went on to become the hitting coach for the Florida Marlins between 2005 and 2010. That's pretty close to your tenure. And the Baltimore Orioles from 2011 to 2014. Jim Presley.
Yeah, pretty good player.
Yeah, not too bad. I think anytime you get to an all-star a game, that's pretty good. You got to 3. He got to 1. That's pretty good. I worked 1, but it wasn't because I was named. I just happened to be the guy working there at the time.
That's all right. It worked out.
Any way you get there. So I had to look up the value on this thing, and we went to our website that we constantly reference called Sports Cards Pro. Now, I thought that this card, based on how hideous this card is, it would be the bottom of the barrel. This looks like a card that you got, I want to say cereal box, but even that is too kind. This is one that you got for filling up 8 gallons of gas at a mobile station back in the day.
Yeah.
You got your pick of a Padres glass or a plastic cup or this
baseball
card right here, a baseball card. Well, this Jim Presley 1991 Bowman card is a new Junk Wax Gems record. It is worth, drum roll please, $1.59.
Oh, there we go. We're almost getting to $2 mark.
We're almost getting to $2, and it's a grand total now for the 6 cards we featured here on Junk Wax Gems, a grand total of $7.13. So put that in the bank.
Well, you never know. I mean, maybe it's so ugly, it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, or maybe they just printed not many of these, but, for...
These are ugly. Let's not print
them. Nobody wants these. Why are we printing more? That makes sense. We'll drive up the value instead.
So Jordan just joined us because we just showed your gingerbread houses, Jordan.
Big Rolo fan. Rolo and Reese's fan.
You like gumdrops and the M&Ms and Rolos?
Those are all classic candies.
Yeah.
Throw in a few Snicker bars and Mr. Good bars for me next time.
Next time.
Hey, you got another week to make more houses. So
oh, yeah.
I cannot wait to see what comes out of the Heath Bell house before New Year's, because that's going to be
New Year's
epic.
Eve. We'll show some pictures of all of the village, and then we'll show after New Year's. We'll actually show them all decorated.
All right. Well, I want at least one more update, because this is probably our last show before Christmas, but we'll sneak one in between Christmas and New Year's, so we'll have a year-end wrap and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get another insight. Maybe we'll get a review on the Christmas houses, and we'll get a preview on the New Year's houses. How's that?
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
All right. So, for the 3-time All-Star Heath Bell and his daughter Jordan, beautiful job on those gingerbread homes. My name is Alex Miniak, and we will catch you next time on Believe in San Diego Baseball. Ho, ho, ho!